All right. Let's get this party started, shall we? Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Can't believe it's Wednesday already. I was really tired yesterday. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Hope everybody is doing great and welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. Let me just greet everybody, say hello, and then we'll get going. Hey, Devin, Steven, Kevin, Larry, Sherman, Jody, good morning, Brian. Alpha Diaz, good morning. Patrick, John, Vernon, Richard, Cam, Robert, Lydia, Cifazio, Dave, Penny, good morning, Penny. Samson, Scotty, Jill, hey, Jill, good to see you. Mike, I hopefully Matt got that email to you. Mike, Wardog, yeah, hump day today, Wardog. Robert, Piet DeBrog, the sassy trainer, Illinois grain farmer. Hey, Jesse, good morning to you. Wade, William, Peanuts, good morning. Good morning. Ivano, Thomas, Rick, Tom, HG, Kirk, Lewis, Vertuvian. Good morning, Vertuvian. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Kirk. Good morning, HG. Gregory, Ira. Hey, Ira. Good to see you. Dave. Hey, John. Love those Facebook posts. John sends me the funniest cat Facebook posts. CJ, Genevieve, Wesley. Got a lot of people here today. JB. Hey, Cam. Good morning. Good morning, Cam. And where's Gustavo? Where's Gustavo and the Doberman? The Boberman. Charlene, Henry, Richard. Good morning, Richard. I gotta post that picture of you doing a backflip. The video. I haven't done that yet. I was waiting for today. I'll post that today. That's funny video. Doris, basketball trainer. Good morning, Richard from Puente Gorda. As I'm doing this, my suggestion for you would be right now to be thinking about what all the catalysts are today, because in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you what the catalysts are. All right. Good morning, Richard. My catalyst driver, Eagle Beagle. Good morning to you, John, Helen, from Cape Coral. Ooh, look at that. James. Good morning, James. Sin, Brian, George, Ralph, Bill, Ricky, Gregory, Stacy, Pat, Charlene, Mark, Kathy. Got a lot of people here. Um, got Ralph, Bill, Ricky, Gregory, Stacy, Pat, Charlie, Mark, Kathy, Bob. Hey, Bob, how are you? Good to see you. Good morning, Bob. Rick, good morning, Rick. William, and I hope Nancy's okay, Rick. Harold, good morning, Harold. Gustavo, there he is. Good morning, Gustavo. Perfect, perfect, Bob. Thank you. Eduardo, Timothy, Mark, Terrence. Talk talk stocks to me. All right, I'll talk stocks to you from Ontario. Hey, Ray. We got Bob. We got Ray. We got Eduardo. We got Terrence. All right. Richard doesn't mess around. He doesn't mince words. He's got it here. Moondog in the house, back from the gym. Excellent. Randy. Hey, Penny. Jill, Matt did get back to me. The ACP download in the members area needed to be updated to reflect what Matt had me do. Got it. Got it. Got it. Did you do me a favor, Jill? If you don't mind, send him an email. Let him know to update the members area in the members area, unless he already did that. Um, Nancy says hello. She's still in her. That's fair enough, Rick. Fair enough. Hey, Barry, Frank, Peter, good morning, Peter. Bob, James, Robert, Cheese Gray Trader, Krish, Dr. Al, Nigel, Hopium, Deanna. And if I miss somebody, I am not doing it on purpose. We have a lot of people here today. All right, let's start with the catalyst. Richard has them. Let's see what Richard wrote, and let's see what I missed, because Richard's been doing pretty good at these. Yes, Powell speaking. The ceasefire is no longer an issue. Bonds, that's way priced into the market. Crude oil, yes. New home sales, yes. I don't think PayX is that big. Did GIS have earnings? I don't know if GIS had earnings. I don't know. Did GIS have earnings? Let me check. Maybe they did. I didn't see it, but let me see if GIS had earnings. You may be onto something here. Hold on. Yes. See, Rick. Now, Rick was able, not, was it Rick? No, Bob. Bob was able to find something that I wasn't even able to find. So this is why it's good to have other people looking here. So I'm going to add that. Bob, you caught me off guard. So that's good. That's great. I love to be caught off guard. I love to be wrong. That's good because this is a big stock for consumer staples. That's definitely a catalyst. Okay, well, officially, Bob has found the catalyst, a real catalyst that I wasn't able to. Not Bob. I keep saying Bob. It's not Bob. It was Richard. Richard from Puente Gorda. Carlos says Powell testimony, new home sales. Micron doesn't happen till tonight. There may be a time spread in your future. I don't know. We'll see. PayX is not that big of a deal. FedEx is. Yep, I believe you, Richard. I believe you. So let me give you my catalyst. And I added GIS. Thank you, Richard from Puente Gorda. You see, I'm not infallible. I make mistakes and I don't see stuff all the time too. So these are not in any specific order, okay? They're not in any specific order. You got the bond auction, you got home sales, you got the oil report, FedEx, which will impact shipping and transports, okay? Powell, and then GIS. Let's see what Frank says. Powell, yes. Iran, that's already done. Housing, that's done. Dexcom is not a major catalyst. Uber's not a major catalyst. No, those are not major catalysts. WR is not a major catalyst. FedEx is a major catalyst. And chip stocks, let me see what chip stocks are doing right now. I don't see them being a major catalyst, but let's take a look. I didn't see them being up or down over 1% or anything crazy like that. Yep, only 0.64. No. Folks, it's very important not to make something a catalyst that's not a catalyst, okay? Bond auction, home sales, oil report, FedEx, which will impact shipping and transports, Powell, and GIS. Can you add dates to updates to programs? Date updates. Yeah, I'll have Matt do that, or I'll have somebody do that. Thank you, Bob. Oh, also, I wanted to remind you, VIP room today. VIP room today. All right. Very, very important. Let me talk to you guys what I'm going to be doing in the VIP room today. And I did not forget about the link from Saturday. I am determined to get you guys the link from Saturday. So let me tell you what I'm doing in the VIP room today. We're shifting things a little bit in the VIP room from Alpha Zone Pro back to Pro Trader Dashboard. And I'm going to talk about how to gauge stocks against the broad market effectively, why we always started the daily chart, why the morning catalyst is vital to our selection process, finding stocks that are not overextended, finding stocks that are highly optionable, avoiding sector plays. I haven't talked about that. That's really important. Applying intraday scan, the VWAP, putting it all together. How do you like them apples? Does that sound like a good agenda for the VIP room today, or anybody upset about that? I'm going to repeat that once again. How to gauge stocks against the broad market, why we always started the daily chart, why the morning catalyst is vital to our selection process, why key levels and major indices are vital to our selection process, finding stocks that are not overextended, avoiding sector plays, applying intraday scan, VWAP, putting it all together. How do you like them apples? Is anybody objecting? Do I have anybody objecting to my agenda? Let's see. Very cool. Yes. Hell yes. I'll be there. Good. Sounds good. Sounds great. All right. All right. Now, this morning, I will be in the option playbook, whatever the name of Graham's and Nate's class. I don't know what it's called. I think I got it right here somewhere. Opening playbook. Excuse me. The opening playbook. Okay. And let me tell you what I'm going to be sharing in the opening playbook with you. Let me give you that too. We're going to be talking about day trading. I'm going to talk about the basic structure of day trading, which indicators work best for day trading, why most lagging indicators don't work and why they lag, how to use synergy and daily data with price action, why daily levels are key, market internals, and live day trading. That'll be today at 10 a.m. Jim, that's at 10 a.m. So I'll be talking about day trading indexes and scalping indexes in the opening playbook. And then in the VIP room, we go back to the Pro Trader dashboard. It'll be pretty fun. And I'll do that at 10 o'clock today. Also, don't forget customer service live. And in the middle of all of that, I'll actually try to do some trades. Here's customer service live. And here's again the link to my VIP room. And now let's get started. All right. There you go. All right. So what's the market doing today? The market's rallying right now. Nasdaq is doing really good right now. We're not going crazy. We're not going overboard, but we are moving higher. I like what I'm seeing. Now, before you get too excited, we had a gap and go yesterday. It was also a Monday yesterday. Okay. When you have gap and goes on a Monday, followed by news, that's very, very, very important. Today is Tuesday. We already had a gap and go. We had a very strong trend day yesterday. I think what the market's going to do is not have major follow through. I think the market's going to be choppy today. I don't think we're going to have a lot of directional bias. Why? Because we had so much yesterday. I think the market needs to um, kind of wind itself back up and kind of figure out where it stands. Also, I think we're going to have a lot of profit takers today. All right. Yep. Today's Wednesday. Um, who, what's with the two? Today's Wednesday. What does Wednesday have to do with anything? Sorry, guys. Am I making? Oh, Wednesday. Sorry. Today's Wednesday. Yes. Today's Wednesday. But today's Wednesday. No. Yesterday was Tuesday. Sorry, I'm in the wrong date. I'm on the wrong date. Yesterday was Tuesday. We had. Sorry, I'm totally confused. We had a major catalyst yesterday. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. So today, I think we're going to have a choppy day. I don't think we're going to have a lot of directional bias. I think we're going to have some profit takers this morning. And I think we're going to have more chop today. I think we're going to be a little more biased because the market's starting to look past the Middle East. I know it was a big thing, but the market is pricing it in effectively. Look where the crude oil is at 64. We've completely went back, almost back to this base. Okay, because yesterday we had a gap and go yesterday. Sorry, guys, I made a mistake. I apologize. No, this is not a recording from. This is live. Sorry, guys, it's live. Look, Wednesday, June 25th. This is real time. This is not a replay. Sorry about that. So typically after a gap and go, you have a days run into each other for me. Like if you ask me Tuesday, Thursday, I'm totally confused half the time. But typically after a gap and go, it's hard for the market to gain a lot of directional bias. So why did we have a gap and go yesterday? Because of the news, Bob. We had it as a result of the news. The news was very positive. The Middle East and Fed is not really taking much action. Fed data is looking okay. But yeah, it was because of the Middle East. Yeah. Already, yeah. FedEx is already out. FedEx was out last night. So as you can see here, we have Jerome Powell speaking at 10 a.m. You have new home sales at 10 a.m. Please listen to me carefully. I know that a lot of you guys think you know better. That's fine. That's great. But trust me, he's going to this report at 10 o'clock. It may give us a little bit of a wake up call. Okay. This may give us a little bit of a wake up call. This may give us a little bit of a wake up call. The market already priced in the Middle East. That's priced into the market. It had 24 more than 24 hours to do so. Okay. That's priced into the market. It's digesting it very, very well. Now the market's looking for the next catalyst. The market's turning its attention to the Fed. Okay. The Fed doesn't really have anything new to tell us right now. So I think the market's going to be looking for another major catalyst. My suggestion would be to use the 9:30 to 10 o'clock period to offset existing positions that you may have. Okay. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. To use offset existing positions that you have to take profit on. If we break out, I will let you know. I'll let you know if we have another trend day. I will let you know. What does gap fills have anything to do with anything, Anu Kumar? Like, we're not there yet. Let me get to where we are. So 10 a.m. we're going to have major report. Please don't initiate any longs before 10 o'clock today. Use the first half hour to offset existing positions. Do we understand each other? Okay. I hope we understand each other. Crude oil is completely lost all of its mojo. Remember I said we're probably going to be between 75 and 65. I might have even said 60. The odds are we're going to come right back to this range or stay somewhere in this range. By the way, attention. I have updated my VWAP. The VWAP has been updated, okay? Here's all the VWAPs if you want to take a screenshot. Actually, let me take a screenshot for you. I'll post this in the VIP room. I mean, in the pit, sorry. There you go. I'm posting this in the Telegram channel. Okay. I posted this in the Telegram channel. So you don't have to ask me where are you anchoring your VWAPs. I'm anchoring my VWAPs right here. Wait a minute, where's my last one? I should have another one more here. Where's my other one? I should have one more here. Hold on. Could have swore I saved it. There it is. Here, here's here I just updated it. Hold on. It didn't take the picture was the old one. Here, let me post this here. 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 All right, there you go. They are all posted for you now. They're all there, okay? Hey, Ivan. Hey, Harry. Hey, Naples fan. PayX is not that big of a company. It's just not that big of a catalyst, in my opinion, okay? Okay, let me delete this. I do it just the way bar chart does it. It doesn't really matter if you do it at 9:30 or 9. It's just pre-opening at these levels. That's all that matters. Okay. That's all you need to do from now. I need to actually change this to HCL4, not 3, but make this high low close 4. CC4. That's all the difference you need to do. But those are the dates. Okay? You need to have those dates. The bond market's breaking out. Look, remember I told you we have a little breakout, but we have a lot of stuff here. I'm hoping that the bond market continues moving higher. Yield will start moving lower, okay? All right. US dollar, as I told William a few days ago, completely reverted back to its old levels, which is what we were expecting it to do because the Middle East drama is over. But the tariff drama is not over, although the market is doing a fantastic job of pricing it into its value. So choppiness. Also, you could tell by what global markets are doing. Notice bond market is not, it rallied higher, but then it went lower. That's kind of what I'm expecting from the stock market today. I'm not expecting just a continuous run up in price. I don't think that's going to happen. It could happen, but I would be very surprised. Also, we will know about it by the ADD and tick in the morning. If tick is like at 1500 or 1200 or 13, I'll let you know. Please keep your eyes on the Telegram channels. I will be updating you. I've been doing a pretty good job of updating you. And again, I have a very big agenda for the VIP room today. You really do not want to miss it. Here it is. And remember, Customer Service Live, where you can go for all of your questions. And Jax, Gustavo, and Cam will be there to help you every step of the way. So again, be cautious. We may be coming back into this level or touching this. Basically, choppiness, fake breakout to the upside, not a lot of bias. I'm still not seeing any selling pressure. I'm just not seeing any buying. Gold. I don't like how gold is trading below the 50-day moving average. I want to see gold come back above the 50-day moving average to the 8-day EMA within the next few sessions. If it breaks this low, it's no good. If it breaks 3,300, it's no good. We want to see gold back above 3376 and ideally above 3,400. I don't like what I'm seeing right now, but it hasn't closed below this level yet. It's just kind of sitting there. It could be doing this right here. It can be doing this right here. So I don't want to rule it out because this can be a nice big pivot taking us higher and closing right here, and then everything would be hunky dory. So we got to give it about 2-3 days here just to see what happens. Okay. Ooh, thank you, Bob. We got a lot of people here today, folks. By the way, I forgot to tell you. Make sure you go to the little gearbox right here and make sure you're at 1080p. Okay. Jeff says your updates have been vital for me as I am sitting on the beach. Yes, I'm jealous. I want to be sitting on the beach. Ah, so glad to hear that, Jeff. So glad to hear that. 1080p right here. 1080p. 1080p. And if you're there, also give us a thumbs up. See, I gave myself a thumbs up. I cheated. Cheating sometimes is okay too. Hey, Ringo. Good to see you, Ringo. Good morning, everybody. Anybody who's just coming in here, Walt, Ivan, Bob, good morning. All right, let's continue. China, what's China doing? China's coming back up. I like what I'm seeing here. This is bullish. Global economy bullish. That's very good. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's kind of funny, China's been in a deflation for many years and US has been in an inflation. And together they offset each other, right? It's really kind of funny. Yes, it is, Gustavo. Puerto Vallarta is a very nice place to be very, very nice place to be trading. I remember trading from there, actually. You know that? I remember having some fun times trading from there. I love going downtown. I love going to the zoo. If you guys go to Puerto Vallarta, make sure to visit the zoo. If you have kids, they will for a few dollars, they'll let your kids play with baby tigers like this big and monkeys. And I'm telling you, it's stuff that they will never allow you to do in America because of liability insurance. It's the coolest thing in the world, okay? It's the coolest thing in the world. That's one thing I miss a lot about living on the west side. Not Hawaii, but Puerto Vallarta. We used to go to Hawaii and then we stopped. We started going to Puerto Vallarta. Much, much more fun. All right, Bitcoin. I warned you that Bitcoin is starting to look pretty good again. And yes, it is being very correlated to the NASDAQ, as we all know. I've explained that. The days of Bitcoin being the cowboy are gone. We've heard more news about them becoming a mainstream, being used as a dollar instead of the dollar. This all makes it become part of the mainstream economy. Now, if we can get above this level, 85.37, the next level is 87. Okay. Hey, Coach Ruben, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, Richard Fontes is on vacation. He is. And soon I'll be, by the way, folks, remember on Saturday, I'm leaving for Germany and I'll be back the following Saturday. All the programs will be working except the pit. The pit will not be working. Pit is my sole baby. I'm the only one that does anything in the pit. So nobody touches the pit except Uncle Roger. So you guys get a 5 day break from the pit. If I see something interesting, whatever, I'll post it. But I need a vacation. This is my first real vacation. This is my first vacation away from trading in 25 years. Okay. I really need to, I need to get away. I need to get away. It's good for me. This way I won't be mistaking Wednesdays and Tuesdays. Okay. All right. So just so you know, everything will be open. Kane will be doing the VIP room with Matt. The only thing will be closed is the pit because I can't duplicate myself. Okay. All right. I'll be okay. Yeah, it's my first time in I think 24 years, 24 or 25 years. All right, let's put everything together and talk about the stock market, okay? So we're just kind of getting our lay of the land. We talked about what the market's doing right now. We talked about what news is coming out. We talked about the catalysts. We talked about whether commodities and global economy are impacting. Talked about China. We talked about gold. We kind of have a good feel for what the bond market's doing. It opened up and then went down. Look, let me show you the 5 minute. See, look at the bond market. Rallied up and went all the way down. So I'm fearful that the stock market is going to do this today. Now, notice where the bond market ended up. This is where it closed, and this is where it is now. So it's not really down, but it's not up. See, this was a false move. The buyers, this is how the market's going to open today. The stock market's going to open up. I'm fearful that we're going to see something like this or something just choppy. I don't think we're going to see another gap and go. Two gap and goes are very, very rare for the market. And we still haven't kissed the 8-day EMA. I'll talk about all of this in a few minutes. Okay. John, you take away the last quad witching and you add this quad witching. Okay. The only thing I need to do here is I need to change this. I need to adjust this to here. Here we go. I think no, I have to change this to the other one. Hold on. High, low, close. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Now we got everything on, we got all of these on the same 620, 4-1, and 1-1. This is beginning of the year. This is beginning of last quarter. And this is the new quad witching. Okay. These are the three VWAPs you should have. Okay. Let's continue. So I'm fearful that the stock market is going to pull one of these. It's going to open up and then it's going to come down like this. Nothing crazy, just kind of like where we were yesterday. Very much like this. This is what I'm fearful that the stock market's going to do today. Open up and come right back down. And I'll go through that in just a few minutes, okay? All right, let's break everything down. I hope you guys could see this. I'll make it a little bigger. There we go. Jerome Powell is going to congressional testimony, ceasefire brokered by President Trump between Iran and Israel appear to hold. Investors are now turning their attention back to U.S. economy. That's what I was saying earlier, and how trade tension and fiscal pressure could impact corporate earnings. Yeah, everybody's now focused. We're back on the gravy train, back on the tariffs, which I obviously don't talk about anymore. And by the way, have you noticed I haven't been really talking about politics because politics have not been impacting the market very much, aside from the Middle East. I really don't like to talk about politics unless it's straight in the middle of the financial world. Matter of fact, when Biden was president, I hardly ever talked about it. I hardly ever mentioned it. All right, Wall Street, three main indexes closed higher. Chip stocks did really well yesterday. DXCM did well yesterday. Secretary Kennedy, he wants to announce, what is this? He wants to wearable health devices. That's pretty cool. That Sounds pretty good when I read it. Uber gained 7%. Driverless Waymo rides. They're now competing with. I think they're competing with Tesla for those robotic self-driving cars, which is pretty cool. Dollar General fell. That's important. Today we have GIS. Thank you, Richard from Puente Gorda. See, I totally missed that. You guys help me just as much as I help you. It's a symbiotic relationship. We had conference board consumer confidence. Folks, consumer confidence is crap right now. We were expecting 99.4. We got 93. Can somebody tell me, Penny or anybody else here, can you guys tell me how bad this number is comparatively? Is it like a 3-year low, a 4-year low, or a 6-month low? Can somebody give me feedback on this? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I will, Wesley. I will on Saturday. I don't leave till Saturday. Okay, Saturday. Does anybody know how low this is? Just to give us a perspective. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't know. I know this is much. I know this is bad, and I know last time it was like a 9-month low or something like this. I don't know how bad this is. I just know it's not good. But let us know how bad it is. But this data is already priced into the market. We had manufacturing index didn't do as well. Fed data was soft yesterday, but everybody was worried about the Middle East or relieved about the Middle East. Okay, but folks, how about some more thumbs up? Give us some more thumbs up. Let's try to get to 300 thumbs up. Okay. Thank you for all that you guys do for me. Federal Powell told lawmakers that the central bank is not in a hurry to cut interest rates. I agree with him. Officials, they're waiting for clarity. They want to know what the numbers will be. Folks, it's like trying to figure out what your restaurant bill is going to be before ordering the food. You got to order the food before you know what your bill will be, right? I mean, you can't put the carriage before the horse. We need to know, are they going to be 10%? Are they going to be 20%? I mean, this is real simple stuff. You don't need to be an economist to figure this out. We need to know what the damage will be before we can figure out how to adjust interest rates. So, there's June 2022. Thank you. Do you see that? So Clay says number was lower during it was lower during COVID. That doesn't say anything positive, Jeff. June 2022. So you guys could see the numbers are getting really bad. Consumer confidence is like a 3-year low. Thank you for that, Clay. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And whenever you compare something to COVID, right away I'm thinking that's not good. Yeah, so worse than 3 years. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's why I'm so surprised the market wants to go higher. But as I've been saying for the last week, maybe last 10 days, you can see the market clearly wanted to go higher. Right? I mean, it was obvious the market wanted to go higher. Every time it got knocked out, it came right back up. Anyways, the effect of tariffs will depend, amongst other things, on their ultimate level. Yes, I don't think he can be any clearer than that. And yes, there's nothing weird about that. Okay. Carlos says 93 marks the weakest reading. May 2020 sits near the 15th percentile. Ooh, ouch. So, folks, look what Carlos just wrote. Look what Carlos just wrote before it was April. Anyway, you COVID, 15th percentile, 2022, 2020. It's bad. It's bad. This is not good. Index for United States in April was all right. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. All right. Beth Hammock said, I don't really pay attention to Hammock, but said that interest rates are only modestly restrictive, may keep borrowing costs steady for quite some time. Williams, I do listen to, maintained this modestly restrictive stance of policy entirely appropriate to achieve our maximum employment. In addition, Collins said that she's good. She's really good. Monetary policy is in the right place. Emphasizing modestly restrictive stance is necessary. Of course it is right now. Finally, Barr stated he expects tariffs to push inflation higher and voiced support for maintaining a wait and see. I agree with them. That's all I'm going to say. I agree with them right now. Esther saw it wanted to go higher. I just saw chop. That's why I'm here. There you go. Anyway, folks, the point is consumer confidence is bad. Consumers make up the economy. Remember that. Consumers make up the economy. Okay. There's an 81% chance of a no rate change and a 18%. If you may or may not remember, this number was much higher. Now it's 18%. I'm thinking August. They obviously can't do anything in August. They're not meeting in August. So I'm shifting my focus to September. If they do something in July, it will only be because they have a lot more clarity on the tariffs. I don't think they're going to have enough clarity on the tariffs in July. So it'll probably be September unless they have to do an emergency. Okay. Let me give you the link again, folks. I know we have a lot of new people coming in here. I'm going to talk a lot about. Let me just give you my agenda. It'll be very fast. I'll be talking about in the VIP room today. I will be talking about multi-time frame analysis, using daily levels to determine intraday levels, how to use the tick to spot fake moves. We'll talk more about that. Finding stocks that are not overextended, finding stocks that are highly optionable, avoiding sector plays. That's something we never talked about. Applying intraday scan, VWAP, putting it all together. It's going to be very, 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 very nice. The numbers make no sense as consumer spending is still up normally if confidence is low. Boyd, it takes about 90 days for the consumers have a 90-day lag. Usually consumers are about 90 days ahead because supply chains give you about 90 to 120 day. So what you're saying is absolutely not true. Okay? We'll know in about 30 days what consumers are really thinking. That's when the supply chain ends. Okay? Anyway, I'm just giving you real numbers. Another 30 to 40 days. New home sales are coming out today. Crude oil inventories. See, I missed this. Richard from Puente Gorda did not miss this, but I missed this. And I'm embarrassed to say this is a consumer staple stock. And it's important. Again, my catalyst for today. Bond auction, home sales, Powell, oil, GIS, FedEx, shipping transports, and Powell. Europe. Okay, so remember where I said I'm not really feeling a lot of bullishness today from the stock market, even though it's pretty strong right now. Look, the Dow's only up 1 point, okay, and the Nasdaq is only up. The S&P is only up 8. But I want to show you how global economy is doing right now. Remember what I said about the bond market? How the bond market opened higher and then just kind of drifted lower and closed just a little bit below yesterday's closed. Look at the stock market. Look at Europe's stock market, down 13%. It was higher last night and it opened just slightly lower. It didn't get any juice. Europe did not have any juice. Another reason why I don't think we're going to have another gap and go. Taking a breather after yesterday's rally spurred by ceasefire, bank and media stocks underperformed auto, profit taking, a lot of profit and loss taking. So I would be careful today. Don't fall for that banana in the tailpipe. China closed higher, hit a 6-month high. They're a little more on their own. Obviously, the ceasefire did a lot. Sentiment further lifted by Beijing's push towards consumer-driven economy. And then let's see what Japan did. Ended higher, hit a 4-month high. As truce between Israel and Iran appeared to hold, chip and related stocks outperformed Wednesday, tracking overnight gains in U.S. Okay. I'm still concerned that we're not going to, and again, I'm not suggesting the market's going to like sink today. We're going to have a crash. All I'm saying is I'm just not expecting a lot from the market today. That's all I'm saying. I'm not expecting a lot. Yesterday, we got a lot more than I expected. No, we got a lot. We didn't get more than I expected. We got a lot. Today, I don't think is going to be as frisky. Okay? I don't think it's going to be as frisky. Okay. All right. You have all the catalysts here. FedEx, and also FedEx is not good for blue chips. This stock does impact blue chips. As you guys know, we have a lot of long timers here. We have transports. When transports are not moving higher, it's hard for the Dow to move higher. The Dow is up only 2 points right now. Let's see how it looked overnight. Let's see if it's been going up or down overnight. So look, we opened right here. We opened right here. kind of went right here. And look what we've done the entire night. Notice we haven't had any bumps on the Dow at night. Here. Anyway, you could see the nothing up, nothing really positive. Let's take a look at some other futures real quick, and then we'll get into the stock side. Let's see how the S&P 500. Actually, that's the only one I really want to look at overnight. It's coming back up. Coming back up. Look at that. Coming back up. What about the NASDAQ? Let's look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Be careful here, folks. I think we're just going to come right back into this range. Be careful. And obviously, everything I'm saying will obviously look at we'll obviously be looking at everything. 4-1 slope for the VWAP. Look at the slope of the AVWAP. Let's take a look. Yeah, the VWAPs are moving higher. Slope of the VWAP is moving higher. Yeah. Again, I'm just concerned that we're going to. So here's the SPY, right? What I'm concerned about is that we haven't touched the 8-day yet. We need to touch the 8-day. Even if we go higher, we need to touch the 8-day. We need to come here and kiss this level and bounce off of it again or come back into this level. Okay? Yep, VIX is well below 20. Crude oil. Remember what I told you, Boyd, several days ago? That once VIX breaks below this level and crude oil breaks below 70, bye-bye Middle East drama. And look at, we're below and we're below. So that's done. That's bye-bye Middle East drama. Richard just says, I just banked 2,500 on that pop. Nothing but blue picket fence on AZP since 6:30. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, the market hasn't opened yet. And again, I'm not saying the market's going to be weak. I'm just saying the market's not really going to give us anything today. Just not here nor there. Maybe sucker us in the morning and then come back down. And remember, guys, before you get too excited, we have 1, 2, 3 reports at 10 a.m. Okay. Now let's look at stocks. Momentum levels. Let's look at momentum levels. We have over 100 stocks making 52-week highs. We have directional momentum. How about 20-week highs? Not really, only 60 stocks. We still have to be careful here. 50-day highs, yes, over 110. 90-day highs, 189. We're there. We have directional momentum. We do have directional momentum right now. We do. What about sectors? Do we still have speculative sectors leading? Dow Jones is here. Look where the Dow Jones was yesterday. See, Jones was on this side of the fence. Look where the Dow Jones is today. See that? Starting to creep up a little bit. Starting to creep up. I'm hoping that speculative will still stay here. The only problem I have here is the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones coming up here. I want to see the Dow Jones here, and I want to see communication and consumer discretionary up here. Look at communication and consumer discretionary. See, we have a full deck here. Everything here is speculative. And today, you've got consumer discretionary here. You got communication already here, and you have the Dow Jones coming up here. That's not good. That means defensive stocks, blue chips are starting to come into here, which means institutions, blue chip institutions are firing off because VIX is below 20, but blue chip stocks coming up is not that speculative. It's more defensive. Okay? So again, SMH, let's look at SMH real quick. Folks, are you getting benefit from this? Is this helping you? Is this helping you? If it is, don't forget, I'll be in the VIP room later today. And here's Customer Service Live, in case you guys have any questions. Let me know if this is helping you get a bearing on the market. Daily. All right. So look at semiconductors. We're clearly above 265. Do you guys remember what I told you? I drew a Picasso picture for you. I said, if we break out, we're going to break out and then we're going to test this area and then we're going to go higher or we're going to break down. It doesn't look like we're breaking down, which means we have to test this area. We have to test the 8-day EMA. The 8-day EMA is right at the 265, 266 level. We need to come down here. Here's the funny thing. We can come down here and today could be a bearish day and we could still end up above, and the low could still end up above this high, and that would be a bullish trend. Very much like you're seeing on the bond market on the daily chart right now. Look, look, opened here, made a higher high, came down, and still has a higher high. So in principle, the trend is still bullish, but the bond market is down today. See that? Because it made a higher high in the morning. So same thing with the stock market. We're already higher. We can open right here, come down entire day very slowly, hypothetically speaking, of course, close right here, and we would still be above this low, and that would still be considered an uptrend. Okay? Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Folks, how about some thumbs up? Do we have 300 thumbs up, Bob? How many thumbs up do we have? So I'm looking for the SMH to hit the 8-day EMA, which is at the 265 level, and test this area, or at least come near there before going higher, if it goes higher. QQQ, let's do the same thing on the QQQ. Gregory says Richard likes my blue picket fence. I like consumer. It's awesome. I had no idea that he had that went with it. Besides awesome, okay, he has a NASA control center. There you go. That's right. That's right. That's right. NASDAQ. Let's look at NASDAQ. Same thing with NASDAQ. Look, see how we're made a higher high? Well, what would prevent us from coming down to this red line right here, stopping? It means we would be making a high in the morning, going down the entire day, and then we would still be above this level. So I'm not thinking we're just going to continue going higher here. I think we're going to either just kind of drift around here or make a higher high and then cool off. Very similar to what I'm seeing in the bond market. Opened higher and then went lower and still looks very bullish. Okay? Hey, folks, how about 50 more thumbs up? 50 more thumbs up. Right here, right here. So be careful. Be careful. Be careful. The opening may be a trap. And again, I'm not necessarily saying we're going to crash, we're going to come down, the market's going to fall apart. All I'm saying is we may be opening near the high and drifting the remainder of the day, very similarly to what we're seeing in the bond market. Look, we opened higher and then we just drifted all the way down. And even and we really didn't close lower. I mean, we're down 0.2, quarter of a point, but that's kind of what I'm fearful of today. It is, Jeff. AZP is definitely great for chop days. For everybody. Me too. Yesterday was definitely not a chop day. And I'll let you know if it's a chop day or a non-chop day very, very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. By the way, I want to thank you all for the amazing testimonials yesterday. I want to show you guys how much impact you guys have on my life. I want to show you guys this. This is yesterday's testimonials. Hold on. These are all the emails I got from you guys yesterday. Look, hold on. So let me show you this. This is at 9:52. I start, right? You guys are amazing. Look at this. These are all from yesterday. This is yesterday, guys. In case you want to know what I was doing yesterday most of the day. This is yesterday. Very nice. I've been hearing you guys rave on AZP, so I decided to try it. Got it yesterday, but haven't installed it yet. You got to install it, Boyd. You got to install it. you gotta actually install it to get it to work. All right. SPY. Let's go back to SPY. So that level on the SPY happens to be 602. And the low yesterday happens to be 603. So I'm thinking 602, 603. The line here is at 604. I will be keeping you updated every step of the way. Yeah, you know what I was doing yesterday, Scuba Chris. I was making you guys money. I was. It was. All right, let's put this here and let's move on. Okay. So let's look at the Dow real quick. Let's look at the Dow. Same thing. Interestingly, the Dow hasn't broken out yet, but we need to come back to this level. I would be very surprised if it just kept going higher from this point and left this gap alone and not did anything and didn't even kiss the 8-day. That's very unusual. Russell 2000. It's still touching the 200-day EMA, 200 MA, not EMA, 200 MA, and I think it's going to bounce down and hit this 8-day, which would be right here. So we're just flirting between the 8-day and the 200-day, the 8-day and the 200-day. And look at all this support that's here. That's our new V. By the way, this is our new VWAP right here. Right there. This one right here. See that? The line right there? That's our new VWAP right there. Giving it a few days. All right. Very nice. Let me just post this here. Okay. Russell 2000, you guys saw. How about mags? Let's look at mags. Then I'm going to give you stocks, and I'm going to get out of here. Make sure, Boyd, you hang out with Customer Service Live. Here's a link. They can help you with all the setups and making sure that it looks like mine and all that stuff. Here you go, Boyd. Good luck to you with it. Jeff, I said the same thing, but at the same time, look at Kathy Woods. What do you say about Kathy Woods? And I don't like Kathy Woods. These are small caps. By the way, remember when I drew this, guys, and told you we need to break above this level before we go higher? I told you that back on, I haven't changed these lines since then. I told you that 3 years ago. Remember, I drew this 3 years ago for you here on this show in real time. Never changed them. Broke out of this level and never looked back. Folks, and some of you have been here for more than 3 years. I literally drew these levels for you at the bottom, and I called the bottom of the of ARC. And I know that some people have been here for that amount of time, and they will tell you that Roger has not changed these lines since that time. I can go ahead and delete this one. See? HG, remember? Remember how long ago that was? I never changed them. Look. Clean breakout. So small caps are already responding. Some small caps are already responding, Jeff. Okay. So my thing is maybe opening up a little bit higher and then kind of cool off and drift the remainder of the day. Very similar to what I'm seeing in bonds. If I'm wrong, we're going to make more money today. Okay? If I'm wrong, we're going to make more money today. If I'm right, we need to take profits in the morning, get out of our longs in the morning and count our blessings. If I am correct. Yeah, the market's just hanging out. Look, the Dow, the S&P's not up all that much, and the Dow's barely up. Be careful. Be careful. Remember George? George's like, yeah, that's true. I remember. Yeah. Folks, when I draw things, and how about SMH? Remember how long ago I drew that? A year ago. 11 months ago, a year ago. I don't like to change things around. I'm a creature of habit. $265. Think we're going to test this again before going higher. Tested it here, went lower. I think we're going to test it again. Okay. Stocks that I'm liking for today. I got some really nice stocks for you, not to the downside, but to the upside. Yep, I miss General Mills. I usually don't miss the catalyst, but I sure missed the catalyst today. Thank you, Richard. Again, I really do appreciate it. That's a catalyst. Okay, short stocks first. This is an ugly stock. Ugly stock. Oxford Industries. Why does it default to the 5 minute? I'm going to have to change this later today. Geo Group. Okay. ExxonMobil and CVS. What? What? ExxonMobil and CVS. I think this is going lower. One second. Right here has to, I think we're going to break down and go a little lower. And CVS too. CVX, not CVS, CVX. I prefer CVX all the way up here. I definitely prefer CVX up to right here. I may do a bear call spread on it today. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. That's it for the short side. Now let me give you long stuff. Let me save this template. My default. Okay, hopefully that will stay. Spotify. Okay. Yeah, I think the next few days they're expecting really hot weather across the country. Netflix, please, a lot of these stocks are starting to get a little overextended. Wait for them to come here to the 8-day EMA. Please, I'm telling you, you're not going to miss out anything. Palantir. Yeah, I figured that out, Jim. I just did. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Palantir looks fantastic. Look at that. Microsoft. Not bad. Again, I think it needs to pull back to this area right here, to the VWAP and the 8-day. You can see it right here. See, here's my new VWAP right here. We need to go back to this level right here, the VWAP and the 8-day right there, 483. Hopefully, I won't be late to work today. Beautiful stock. APH, CPNG. I like this stock. I'm waiting for a pullback. I didn't want to chase it yesterday. CCJ. I really do like this stock a lot. I just don't want to chase it. STX. None of these stocks I want to chase. I think they're all going to come right back to this level right here. NDAC, NASDAQ. See, it opened higher and then it went lower today. Be careful. Be careful. I think the market may be a little too overly excited about all this. Wait for it to come back to the 8-day. Wait for it to touch this area. And power. Beautiful stock. I'm giving you some beautiful stocks for today. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Let me give you the link again. I will be at the opening playbook at 10 o'clock talking about day trading today and doing live day trading at 10 o'clock. In the VIP room, which I'm posting the link for right now, I'll be talking about day trading stocks and options. At 10 o'clock, I'll be talking about day trading indexes and futures. So I'll be talking about day trading today. Here's the link for Customer Service Live. They will help you much more than you can imagine with setups and things like that. Please visit the Cam and Gustavo show. I will see you guys later. I'm going to go to the office right now. Hopefully I won't be late. If you have any questions, you could send me an email. And please send me feedback, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys. Take care, everybody. And by the way, Richard, thank you again for hooking me up with GIS. I totally forgot about that. Keep an eye on consumer staples. They may sink today. Everything is recorded. Bye, guys. Everything is recorded. Please use this morning's session to liquidate your longs that have profit and hold on, or at least liquidate portion of your longs, and let's see what the market does. Okay, I think the market's getting a little bit ahead of itself, and I think it needs to cool off before going a little higher. I'm not bearish, but I'm not really all that bullish right now. I think we need to wait for the catalysts, and we're getting a couple of 10 a.m. Bye, guys.